Hello and welcome to a Star Citizen channel update for April 2024. We've got lots going on. So, Triggerfish. If people don't know what this is April Fools for Star Citizen. I have not seen what CIG's April Fools is this year. They do some pretty silly ones though. Previously, we've had a Chris Roberts fragrance, flat planets, to fish swimming in your hangar. I suspect something will be out from them by the time that this video goes live. But there's a load happening during April. Beyond that, a lot of that is going to be focused on Alpha 3.23, which is expected to go live by the end of the month. It's in EVOCATI at the moment, expected to get more EVOCATI testing, and then open up to Wave 1 PTU, all the way to Open PTU, and then live throughout the month. Now, it's possible that they won't be ready to release to live by the end of the month. It is going to be dependent on sort of testing and how that goes, and what bugs and problems are found. The feature set of that patch is absolutely huge now. You've got a new character customizer, you've got distribution centers, you've got cargo hauling as a set of missions, you've got a load of new cargo updates with freight elevators and item banks, so you can basically manage your cargo in a bit of a different way, and it's more physicalized now. There's sort of costs and times associated with loading and unloading. You can do it manually or you can pay to have it done. There's a load of new Arena Commander updates. The engineering experimental mode is being tested in Arena Commander. There's some new maps like the Miners Lament map, and there's Gravlev Royale, there's custom lobbies. You actually have instanced and personal hangars as well now that you can have a level of customization to. There's the Moby-Glass rework, there's a loot screen update, sort of quick looting, which is really, really awesome. You've got the new star map, which in the latest EVOCATI patch worked really well, and you've got an FPS style mini map. There's a new dynamic event, Blockade Runner. I say new, it's basically the Ninetales Lockdown sort of reimagined. There's the new player experience with much better interaction. There's a load of better looking visors and HUDs and a new experience there. There's updates to EVA, it looks much better, and you sort of fly around like Iron Man or Superman. There's a reputation update with hostility and friendliness of different factions. So based on your sort of standing with a faction, they will come to your aid, they will shoot you on sight, stuff like that. Master modes are in, along with a huge amount of the other stuff we've already mentioned. This stuff does need more sort of refinement and update beyond their initial implementations of it. Obviously, Star Citizen is still an alpha, although a lot of this stuff does bring it a lot closer to something akin to early access. There's the dynamic crosshair as well for combat visors. They're sort of building different types of visor and that sort of stuff as well, but combat visors in 3.23 and the dynamic crosshair for that. There's volumetric cloud updates, image scaling updates as well, so you'll be able to use things like TSR, DLSS. I think this is sort of pushing into Vulkan integration territory, that hopefully that's actually part of it. And they've got the replication layer update coming here as well, which is basically the step before server meshing, which is currently being tested. But there's more in that patch, because there's other features like ships can come out of the floor in your hangar, which is actually pretty awesome, and vehicles, so you can spawn them in your hangar with you in your hangar. There's animals with the birds, the Morak, and the Copians, the sort of hyena dogs. There's new ships and vehicles. There's probably a load of other features as well that Cloud Imperium have yet to tell us. But yeah, it's this absolutely massive patch, and it's been quite fun to test it on EVOCATI because, well, the earlier stages of EVOCATI, it was just stress testing, and then they started feature testing, and a lot of the features were broken. The star map wasn't working very well, and most recent EVOCATI patch, hugely better. Like the star map working really well, or at least it to a relatively good level. Water's looking much better. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention water updates are there. There's missions to fight animals and sort of harvest them, take them out. We'll be able to show a lot more of the visuals of what's going on with that 3.23 patch as soon as it goes to Wave 1 PTU, which shouldn't be too long. Within the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping by the end of this week, but we'll have to wait and see. Server meshing tests. That's something else that's probably going to be happening throughout the month. So this will be for like the tech preview. But yeah, they've been testing server meshing, and they've actually got pretty far with it. They had 800 players in a single shard the other today. Basically, they've previously tested Stanton and Pyro connected to each other, being able to jump between them. Didn't look very pretty because they haven't got the VFX for that sort of being able to jump between them, but you're able to jump between them, and you basically moved between servers, but on the same shard. And then they tested 6 servers and lots of different configurations just in Stanton's system. Basically, each server, each one of these 6 servers, controlling different area of the Stanton system, and players moving between them seamlessly. Relatively seamlessly anyway. A little bit of jankiness occasionally, or a little bit of stutter, but that's the sort of stuff they're trying to iron out. I'm expecting them to test that with more configurations, potentially in the Pyro system, potentially Stanton and Pyro linked together with lots of servers being connected for that in each of the star systems, sort of 6+ there. Yeah, server mission tests, pretty exciting because that is the start of the game becoming a true MMO, because you need a massive amount of players to have an MMO. The Overdrive Initiative Xenothreat event is still running at the moment as well, so this is all stuff to do with the Hornet Mark II, and basically a build-up of missions in phases that lead up to the Xenothreat 1.2 incursion, because there have been some updates to Xenothreat for 3.23. I believe the event is going into late April or May, the Overdrive event, and then Xenothreat incursion relatively soon after that. We're not entirely sure exactly how that's all going to work, but you will have opportunities to, with the Overdrive event at the moment, if you complete all of it, you'll be able to get yourself access to a Hornet Mark II F7A for 3 days, or a couple of days, and also a free upgrade from the civilian Mark II to the military Mark II, if you so want to apply that to a F7C Mark II if you have one. You're going to be able to get all this sort of stuff in-game in the future anyway, so don't feel like you need to buy anything. That's a good segue, because I've forgotten to do the giveaway winners and the new giveaway for this month. So we have a giveaway for last month for an Argo Raft with lifetime insurance and a game package. That has gone to Private Damien. The new giveaway for this month of April 2024 is for a Hornet F7C Mark II with the lifetime insurance and game package, which I suppose makes it even more worth your while doing those Overdrive events, because if you do win, then you can just upgrade it to the military version. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning is comment on any of my videos made during this month. Basically, a random video is chosen, and then a random comment is chosen on that video. But if you've made like 1,000 comments in one video, you only get 1 chance to win from that video. All of the sort of names get truncated into a single name. But if you commented on lots of different videos once each, then, well, you've got a chance to win on each of those videos effectively. All the details are in the description below. So that's the sort of core stuff that's happening this month, or at least what we're expecting to happen. Other content-wise, and what you'll see on the channel, you'll see the monthly reports. That should go up potentially later this week, so we'll be covering them. There's going to be lots of stuff about Alpha 3.23 and 4.0, and a sort of minimum viable product for Star Citizen 1.0, which CIG are now actually starting to talk to. And obviously, they're in the polish phase for Squadron 42. I'm expecting them to announce a release date at CitizenCon later this year. We'll have summaries of the Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen live shows and any other content they produce. Summaries of patch notes that go out for EVOCATI and for anything beyond that. Potentially a Start Here Star Citizen guide when 3.23 comes out, and or a quick start guide based on exactly how that patch plays and feels, because it might be like, actually this is so significantly changed, it probably is, that we need to do another Start Here Star Citizen guide. And obviously these are going to be a bit different from the tutorials that you get in Star Citizen, because they all sort of hold your hand through your first mission and sort of explain what's going on and the wider game, more than just, this is how you interact with the world. I'm not sure how I did in that voice, but I did. But yeah, that's the sort of stuff you can expect from the channel this month. I need to super apologize to an org again, Sante Interstellar Solutions, because I was organizing to do a sort of organization spotlight with them, and then I was sort of ill, then on holiday, and then Zin was off, and then ill as well, and yeah, so lots of stuff going on with that, and I've been super lazy, so apologies. I will get that sorted out. I want those org spotlights to come back on the channel. I'm talking about health and personal stuff. Zin, last couple of weeks, she's had off. She wanted that for her birthday. Cool. She needs time off. That is totally fine. But what's the best way to spend the sort of end of your holiday than with appendicitis? She really knows how to party. Now, it might be some sort of elaborate sort of April Fools, but I don't think it is. Hopefully she'll be back to appear in the podcast briefly tomorrow. I have no idea how blurg she is or going to be. I've not had my appendix out, so I don't know if it takes you like a couple of weeks to get better, or if you're like fighting fit within a couple of days. I have no idea, but she'll be back, and the editing quality should go up again, and she'll be doing a lot of videos and all that sort of jazz, so you'll have her back. Don't worry. Other stuff with me, I've bought a house, and I should be moving potentially in May. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take. Solicitors, I have to wait for them to do stuff. But once I'm there, I'm going to have a much better setup for content creation, streaming, potentially other content in areas. So I might want to do like board games or cooking in the future. It will be much better set up for my hobbies like 3D printing, painting, 40k, board games, and to actually have mates over. I've been absolutely terrible with my diet recently because it was sort of like my birthday and all that sort of stuff. And I haven't recovered properly from my birth yet of just eating terribly delicious foods. I mean, all the good foods, they're the worst for you. So I'll be getting better again this month and sort of going back to my regular exercise and eating a lot better. Sponsorships and stuff. I'm looking at some new products to cover and some new sponsorships. I mean, I'm still going to be supporting NordVPN, Tobii Eye Tracker, Game Glass, people like that, because I use those products. I really like them. How could I not? But I'm also going to be looking at like Beam, which do an alternative, much more inexpensive version of eye tracking, just using your webcam. There's Loop Deck, which is basically like a Stream Deck on steroids, but it's a tactile little programmable pad for you to use for Star Citizen and or streaming as well, and looking at stuff from Virpil, because I love Virpil. The Constellation Delta used to be my favorite HOTAS, but I've got some new stuff to play with from them, and I'll be talking about that. Also, I want to say my favorite April Fools that I've seen so far is the Pal World one with the dating sim. Oh my god, so good. What would be better is if they actually made it. I want them to make that dating sim. Anyway, yes, that's it for channel update. I'm really interested to know what you would like to see during April, because obviously if you give me ideas for videos, I can potentially make that a reality. What are you expecting to see in April? Do you hope that 3.23 will actually be released? Or do you think, actually, well, it might be, but it's not going to have all the features that they said it has? Or, no, there's no way they can make it. It's going to be in May. Do you think there's anything else that's going to be turning up during the month beyond what we discussed? Whatever your thoughts or questions, I would love to hear from you in the comments below. A massive thank you to everyone that supports the channel, be that liking videos, commenting on them, sharing them. There are also people that go the extra mile. These are amazing people that become Patreons or use the join button under my YouTube videos to become channel members. You'll occasionally get some exclusive content, Discord roles, and behind the scenes posts. It's those people with those memberships that allow us to make the daily Star Citizen content that we do. So please consider joining those awesome folks as well. Thank you for watching until the very end. It is genuinely appreciated, and I hope you have a great March.